Severus Snape. To many he was the cold, bitter potions master, to others a traitor. But what if I told you he was the one who sacrificed everything? Love, loyalty, even his life, not for fame, but for a boy he couldn't stand. This is the full untold story of Severus Snape, the hero the movies barely scratched the surface of. Severus Snape grew up in a broken home. His father, Tobias Snape, was a muggle, abusive and bitter. His mother, Eileen Prince, was a witch, but distant and cold. From a young age, Snape found comfort only in one place, magic, and in one person, Lily Evans. Lily was kind, curious, and unlike anyone else in his world. They met as children in the woods near Cokeworth, and instantly Snape was captivated. He told her she was a witch, taught her about Hogwarts. She was his light, and the only true friend he ever had. And at Hogwarts, Snape was sorted into Slytherin, while Lily went to Gryffindor. Despite house rivalries, their friendship continued for a while. But Hogwarts was no paradise. Snape was bullied constantly by James Potter and Sirius Black. Humiliated, hexed, dangling upside down in front of Lily, and instead of pushing back with kindness, Snape dove deeper into the dark, thus fascinated by curses, hexes, and the dark arts. He made the worst mistake of his life during a fight with James. He called Lily a mudblood, a filthy slur, and one she couldn't forgive. Their friendship shattered, and with it the last thread tying Snape to the light. After Hogwarts, Snape joined Voldemort. Why? Because it gave him power, respect, and a place to belong. But he didn't understand what Voldemort really was, until it was too late. When Snape discovered that Voldemort was going to kill Lily Potter because of a prophecy he had accidentally delivered, he ran to the only person who could stop him: Dumbledore. Hide them, save her.
What will you give me in return?
Snape's answer: anything. Despite Dumbledore's efforts, Lily was killed. Snape was devastated, consumed by guilt. He had essentially signed her death warrant. From that moment on, he made a vow to protect Harry Potter, Lily's son, even though he looked just like James. The irony. Snape never liked Harry. He saw James in his face, his arrogance, his attitude, but he still protected him every single year, and he never told a soul. Snape became Dumbledore's double agent, feeding Voldemort lies and risking exposure constantly. He tread the line between loyalty and betrayal every day, a master of occlumency, constantly deceiving the most dangerous wizard in history. But Dumbledore didn't just use him as a spy.
When the time comes, you must kill me.
Why? Because Dumbledore had been cursed, dying slowly, and he wanted to spare Draco Malfoy from becoming a killer. Snape didn't want to. He despised it, but he agreed because even now he was still doing what he'd promised. Anything to protect Lily's son. When Voldemort believed that killing Snape would make him master of the Elder Wand, he ordered Nagini to strike. Snape didn't beg, he didn't run, he died as he lived, alone, misunderstood and loyal to the end, but with his dying breath he gave Harry his tears, his memories, his truth. Harry saw everything. Snape crying over Lily's body, his promise to protect Harry, his endless, thankless work behind the scenes, his love for Lily that lasted his entire life. After all this time, always. The word that redefined an entire character. Snape was never praised, never celebrated, but without him, Harry would have died in his first year. The Order of the Phoenix would have been blindsided. Voldemort may have won, and Harry knew it. And that's why in the epilogue, Harry names his son
Albus Severus Potter. You were named after 2 headmasters of Hogwarts. One of them was a Slytherin, and he was the bravest man I ever knew.
Severus Snape wasn't perfect. He was bitter, harsh, unforgiving, but he was also loyal, brave, and utterly devoted to a cause he barely believed in, because it was the right thing to do. He didn't need a statue or applause. He needed us to understand that true heroism is messy, it's painful, and sometimes it wears black robes and sneers from the shadows. Snape was not the hero we wanted, but he might be the one we needed.